Welcome to I Am Your Target Demographic, and welcome to Word Up, our series where we take a term or a phrase or a word and we define it and describe it so that you know how to use it properly. Today we are looking at a term called engagement farming. Now, we're going to describe what this is, and we're going to give you some tactics that you as a user, consumer of social media probably see. And hopefully you can now see through things that might be trying to manipulate you. So to really get into this, let's first define what is engagement farming. Let's first define engagement. This is when a user interacts with an account, such as liking, favoriting, sharing, or commenting on a post or a piece of content. The definition for engagement farming: methods to manipulate users into engaging with content, often not useful or meaningful interactions, instead intended to purely drive up numbers. So engagement is good, right? Engagement is what everyone wants. They want people to share, like, comment. Those things are great. And that helps you as a user. When you engage, it tells the algorithm what you want to see more of, right? So if you are watching videos, you're commenting, the system starts to think, this is the stuff you like. I'm going to show you more of this. And usually that's useful. Now, engagement farming is often manipulative, where it is people trying to make money. They are trying to put ads. They're trying to, ultimately for their own benefit, trick you into watching a video more times, clicking on something, sharing things. All those things ramp up numbers, which means they get paid more for things like advertising, sponsorships, things like that. So engagement farming is typically against the terms of service for a lot of different social platforms, that doing things that are not authentic, trying to trick the audience. Those are things that are against the terms of service, but people don't often recognize it, and so don't, put in a complaint or report a post for certain things. So let's dive into tactics that these accounts might use to try to get more engagement from you. Now, the absolute worst case, and we're not going to talk a lot about this, is that to ramp up their numbers, these accounts are going to pay for bots, fake accounts, to like and engage with their posts, right? There are plenty of systems and programs that can, thousands of users that, now it looks like they're watching videos. They just have that running constantly. You'll see spam replies in the alerts. You post something and they immediately respond because there's, this system set up of these fake accounts, and their behavior has been pre-programmed. This is obviously against the terms of service for most platforms, but it still happens. And so that is the worst case. Nothing we can do about that. But let's dive into what the accounts try to do to manipulate you as a non-bot, how they try to get you. An easy one that you'll see a lot is things that prompt you to go to the comments of a post or a video, or, they want you to click on that, see more, see all comments, go down there, check it out, because those clicks count as engagement. That means their post will be seen by more people. So you want to be careful of things that look like this. I made $1,000 yesterday doing the easiest thing. Here's how. Right? This person knows something. They have some wisdom to impart. Check it out. Do they really? Who knows? They might actually have wisdom. It might be something that the simplest thing in the world, and they're, putting a, chain of comments on X about here's all the things that I learned in my first day in business school. These may not be substantial things. They might be straight up wrong. It could be spam. It could be, here's 10 movies that you should watch, but they're not in the post. You have to go to the comments, and each one is a separate thing. That means more of their, tweets or whatever posts are being seen. So you want to be careful of things that make you go down into the comments. These accounts also want you to click and comment. And so sometimes you'll see pretty obvious things that are wrong. And this is triggering you to correct them, do something down in the comments. So you might see a post that says, no word starts with an S and ends with a P. Clearly that's wrong. And so you'll see in the comments, everyone putting all the words they can think of. This is ramping up, all those numbers, the engagement, where people are going to see that post. Everyone that, if they comment, their followers might see that post. And so blatant wrong information is triggering you to engage. You also might see this when it's a controversial statement that is often meant to get you upset, angry. You want to respond. You want to, combat that sentiment. So you might see something like this. If you're not making 110K a year by age 30, you're doing something wrong. Now, people are going to either chime in with why they think that's right. People are going to chime in why they think that's wrong. People are going to chime in whether the amount of money you make really matters. Is it more about something else? This is trying to get you to engage by stirring up controversies, stirring up responses, people defending it, people fighting against it. This is not a good-natured discussion. This is meant to drive up numbers. For videos, one of the key pieces of engagement that they want is views. So I've seen lately a lot of, it gives you options and it says which one of these is whoever. So which one of these dogs is your best friend? And it shows you them all, but you're gonna watch it again to make sure you caught it. You're gonna watch it again. You're gonna then share it with someone. They're gonna have to watch it a couple times. They're gonna wanna share it with someone. And so now it's getting multiple views. It's getting you to message it or post it. It could be decent engagement if it makes sense for the account. If it's, like a adoption center for animals, and is, which one of these dogs, they're all available right now. That could be fine. But for the most part, these types of posts are not coming from those pages. These are random accounts that just take advantage of your want to, like, oh, those are cute dogs. I want to share this with this person. And it's just playing on that. So you got to be really careful. I've also seen something lately that is meant to confuse you, to get you to rewatch a video multiple times, right? It's either just nonsensical, it's anticlimactic, you're waiting for something to happen. And so something I've seen is where they give you a statement and then they say to swap certain letters, but it's still gibberish. And so you're trying to kind of do the math in your head as you watch this video. Spending time outdoors makes for a healthier you. Now swap N with W. But you're watching it, you're trying to swap, you're like, what is it trying to say? It's saying nothing. And so now it's just you watching over and over to get those views. An advanced level of this is where it tells you to look at your keyboard, because most people are on your phone, right? And so to get to your keyboard, you're gonna have to click that I wanna comment, and it's gonna pull up the keypad so you can look. So it's gonna give you a statement, like the best thing about summer, look between D and L on your keyboard. Gibberish. Again, you're gonna open up your keypad and you're gonna look between D and L and there's nothing there, but you're trying to figure out what does this mean? And the videos are often short, and so by this time it's played 3 or 4 times and you're just staring there at your keyboard trying to figure out what it means. It doesn't mean anything. And for most platforms, when you click that I wanna comment and it pulls up the keypad, that is an engagement. You don't need to actually submit a comment for that to affect your algorithm, affect their statistics on the video. So even just doing that piece is getting what they want from you. A pretty harmless example that I've seen recently is a person with this initial needs to do something, right? So person with an A name owes you a coffee. They can do this with any letter and any sort of thing, something they need to buy you. They owe you a lifetime of pizza. It could be anything, but this means there's so many permutations of what initial and what food. This gives them so much content to make. And everyone is gonna say, oh, who do I know that's an A name? I'm gonna message them and send it to them. I'm gonna tag them. I'm gonna engage with this post somehow to ramp up those numbers so more people see it, more people see it, more people see it. And now they can say, we want advertisers, we want this. We're getting so much engagement. So it's not malicious, but it's often not really, it doesn't make sense with the account. It's not like it's a local coffee shop posting it. That might make sense. But if it's just a generic meme account, it's something that is not trying to have any sort of good-natured sharing. It is just to ramp up their numbers. So part of this is, what is the account that's trying to get you to engage with this? So if it makes sense, great. If you want to share it with someone, that's fine. But just know that it's often from a place of purely ramping up analytics. So these are just a few of the ways that accounts are trying to get your engagement. They're often not malicious to you. They're not going to hurt you if you share this, video with a friend, but it's rewarding them. They're going to make a lot of money off advertising because they can say we're getting millions and millions of views on each video, but it's not good-natured. It's not well-intended. So that is what engagement farming is, and how you often see it as a consumer of social media. So hopefully that makes sense. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow our account to see other Word Up videos where we explain phrases, terms like this, and explain what they mean. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.